Shaun, we're speaking ahead of tomorrow's Edinburgh Derby. How have the preparations been going so far this week?
Yeah, preparations have been good. The players, after a disappointing result last week, obviously, there was positives in the performance, so they've trained extremely hard and fully ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, obviously it's a massive game, our final game before the split with a lot at stake. You know that a win will guarantee us that top six. So does that change the way that you approach the game?
Not at the beginning, no. I think in every game, and I hope that our supporters have seen every game we try and win, no matter who it is, against the biggest teams in this league or others. But I think with what's at stake and actually relying on other results, I think there's also, or at least I'm prepared that decisions might be altered if other results are dictating where we are in the league.
You obviously experienced your first Edinburgh Derby earlier this season. How much did you learn from that game about your players?
I learned a lot. I learned a lot from my supporters as well. Supporters of the club, I think, speaking to them beforehand, very concerned that there was a history of also almost a physicality being a big difference between the teams, and that was a big learning moment for me about my team and certain individuals that in that game they matched Hearts physically, and I think where we're at now physically compared to even then puts us in a place where we are in a very good physical place where we can go and compete with anyone in this league.
So in terms of tomorrow, I'm guessing you're hoping that we match that desire of the heart, desire, physicality levels. What else do you think we need to do in terms of getting a positive result tomorrow?
Yeah, those things need to be not only matched but bettered, I think, when we go to Tynecastle. I think that desire not to get beat, I think bravery is going to be a big part of our performance, and that's not also like tackles and how we compete against our opponent, but we have to play as well. I think that was what was as positive, and that's maybe why the actual reaction of support, even after a difficult result last weekend, was good. I think they saw their team, go 1-0 down under the most pressure to then actually play, and we're going to have to do that, show the bravery to throughout all the chaos tomorrow. We're going to still have to play.
Yeah, for sure. And looking at Hearts, what kind of challenge do you expect from them? What have you made of them so far?
Yeah, Hearts are a strong side. They've been very consistent earlier in the season. They can do both things really. They can go very long. They've got physical players up front, very experienced SPL players. If we're not good enough out of possession, they can play through us as well. So, but there are areas that we can hurt them, and we have to tomorrow. Be very clear on how we're going to do both. We have to stop them, and in these moments, under the most pressure, we still have to play to try and hurt Hearts.
In terms of team news for tomorrow, can you give us an indication of anyone that might be missing tomorrow or who could play?
Yeah, Christian Doidge is struggling. I think he's had an ankle injury, and we'll give him as much chance to make the semi-final as possible. Matt Macy's back training, a little bit early for Paul McGinn, and that's where we're at the moment. So we've got two goalkeepers ready for tomorrow. Kevin obviously fantastic in the last game against Hearts, but I think Matt was just as good against Hearts at Tynecastle, so I'll make that decision tomorrow.
In the previous derby that you Chargers, there was a few players in the attacking threat that didn't feature: Harry Clark, Jasper and Elias Melkton. Of course, how important do you think some of them could be tomorrow in terms of being more clinical and scoring goals?
Yeah, I think obviously we had two very experienced players, Kevin and Christian Mueller. Obviously, it was his first taste. Elias and Sylvester have done very well. I think they've done very well in the match against Motherwell. I think as any young player, they have really positive matches, maybe matches where they're less effective. I think that's what you get with really young players. They're all very new to the league, so we definitely need them to show moments tomorrow, and they have to be clinical. So if they can both affect the game and really with those goals, assists, and really attacking the opponent. And that's not just those two really. We've got other attacking players. Chrissy Mueller, very experienced in the US, but now had a really good performance at Dundee United. He's to now really look to reach those levels again in the biggest matches.
Yeah, for sure. And just finally, it's a sold out away end at Tynecastle. Over 3,000 Hibs will be there. How important are the Hibs fans going to be for you tomorrow?
They're important in every game, and I will never take for granted the fans come to support their team. It's a huge privilege for me to be manager of this club. The away support have been excellent. They show me huge support, even when results are maybe less positive. They've shown me huge support, and I think they understand what we're trying to do and where we're trying to get to. So again, they'll be vital tomorrow, and I hope to make them very proud, and I hope to make them happy tomorrow.
Cheers, Shaun. Appreciate your time.
Thank you. Cheers.